gentle English learning
for real-world confidence.
Hey there, English crafters. Welcome to Craft Your English. I'm Liam.
And this is Chloe.
And we're here to help you build, shape, and perfect your English skills one conversation at a time. Let's craft something amazing together. Welcome back to another episode of Craft Your English. I'm Liam, and I have to be honest with you all. This morning, I spent 20 minutes reorganizing my desk drawer instead of preparing for today's episode.
Oh, Liam. And I'm Chloe, and I completely understand because yesterday I cleaned my entire kitchen just to avoid writing emails. It's like our brains have this magical ability to find the most creative ways to avoid doing what we actually need to do.
Exactly. And that's what we're crafting together today. Strategies to beat procrastination and build productive habits. Think of procrastination like having all the materials for a beautiful piece of furniture, but instead of building it, we keep rearranging the wood in the garage.
Ooh, I love that. Today we're going to help you move from just admiring your materials to actually crafting something amazing. We'll explore why we procrastinate, share some practical frameworks you can use immediately, and of course, build up your English vocabulary around productivity and time management.
So whether you're putting off that important project, avoiding a difficult conversation, or just struggling to start your day productively, we've got the tools to help you craft better habits. Let's break it down, nice and simple, and get started.
So let's start with the elephant in the room. Or should I say the unfinished project in the corner? Procrastination affects almost everyone. But what exactly is it? It's the habit of delaying or postponing tasks, especially the important ones that could really make a difference in our lives.
Right, and here's what's interesting. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy. There's actually some fascinating psychology behind it. Let's break it down, nice and simple. The main reasons we procrastinate usually fall into 3 categories.
Here's a quick story that perfectly illustrates this. Last month, I had to prepare a presentation for work. It was really important. My boss would be there, colleagues from other departments, the whole deal. But every time I sat down to work on it, I felt this wave of anxiety. What if it wasn't good enough? What if I forgot something important?
So instead of working on it, what did you do?
I researched presentation tips for 3 hours. I watched YouTube videos, read articles, organized my notes, everything except actually writing the presentation. I was so afraid to create something imperfect that I almost ran out of time entirely.
That's a perfect example of fear-based procrastination. And I can relate to the overwhelm aspect. I once had to reorganize my entire filing system, both digital and physical. The task seemed so enormous that I literally didn't know where to start. So I just didn't, for months. But here's the thing we've learned. Procrastination isn't a character flaw that we just have to live with. We can actually craft better habits by understanding and addressing the root causes. Let me introduce you to what we call the START framework. S, simplify the task into smaller pieces. T, time box your work sessions. A, acknowledge your feelings without judgment. R, remove distractions from your environment. T, take the first small action immediately.
I love how practical this is. And notice how it literally spells START, because that's exactly what we need to do. The hardest part of any project is often just beginning.
Let's walk through how this works in practice. Chloe, think about that presentation you mentioned. How could you have used the START framework?
Well, simplify would mean breaking it into smaller tasks. Maybe choose 3 main points, then find supporting examples, then create the opening slide, instead of seeing it as one huge, scary presentation.
Exactly. And time boxing?
I could have said, I'm going to work on this for just 25 minutes. That feels much more manageable than I need to finish this whole presentation today.
Perfect. Acknowledge your feelings is crucial too. Instead of fighting that anxiety, you might say, I notice I'm feeling nervous about this presentation, and that's completely normal for something important.
Remove distractions would mean closing those YouTube tabs about presentation tips and just focusing on the actual work. And take that first action, maybe just opening a blank presentation and typing the title.
Now, we want you to think about this too. What's one task you've been putting off? Don't worry, we've all got them. As you listen to the rest of this episode, consider how you might apply the START framework to that specific challenge.
And here's something interesting. Research shows that people who write down their implementation intentions are much more likely to follow through. So you might literally write, when I feel tempted to procrastinate on task, I will simplify it by specific action. Phrase builder.
Today, we're building with the phrase, bite the bullet. This is a fantastic idiom that means to do something difficult or unpleasant that you've been avoiding. The origins of this phrase are quite interesting. It comes from old medical practices where patients would literally bite on a bullet during surgery to deal with pain. Now we use it to talk about facing challenging tasks head on.
Here are 2 examples of how to use it naturally. Example 1. I kept putting off calling the dentist, but I finally decided to bite the bullet and make the appointment. Example 2. The report was due tomorrow, so I had to bite the bullet and work late to finish it.
What I love about this phrase is that it perfectly captures what we need to do with procrastination. Sometimes we just have to bite the bullet and start that difficult task, even when we don't feel ready.
Speaking of biting the bullet, let's dive deeper into some specific techniques you can use. One of my favorites is called the 2-minute rule, and it's beautifully simple.
Tell us more.
If something takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. Don't write it down. Don't add it to your to-do list. Just do it right now. Reply to that quick email, wash that dish, make that short phone call.
That's brilliant because it prevents small tasks from accumulating into an overwhelming pile. Here's a quick story. I used to let emails build up in my inbox because I thought I needed to find the perfect time to respond to them all. But most of them took less than a minute to answer.
Exactly. And this connects to another powerful concept, momentum. Once you start completing small tasks quickly, it becomes easier to tackle bigger ones. It's like warming up your productivity muscles. Another technique I absolutely love is called temptation bundling. This means pairing something you need to do with something you enjoy doing. For example, I only let myself listen to my favorite podcast while doing laundry, or I watch Netflix while doing meal prep.
That's clever. You're essentially crafting a reward system that makes the unpleasant task more appealing. Let's break it down. The key is to find activities that don't require your full attention for the enjoyable part.
Right. You can't bundle writing a report with watching a movie because both require focused attention, but you could bundle organizing files with listening to music or cleaning your workspace with catching up on phone calls.
And here's something crucial that many people miss. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you might think. If you want to exercise more, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to read more, keep books visible and put your phone in another room.
Environment design is so powerful. I learned this the hard way when I kept my laptop next to my bed and wondered why I was staying up too late browsing the internet. Once I created a designated workspace and charging station away from my bedroom, my sleep improved dramatically. All right, time to step into our word workshop. Let's craft your vocabulary with 5 key words from today's episode.
First up, procrastination. Pro-cras-ti-nay-shin. The action of delaying or postponing something, especially something important. Example 1. My procrastination turned a simple task into a last-minute crisis. Example 2. Understanding the psychology behind procrastination helped me develop better habits.
Next, overwhelmed. O ver, well, mund. Feeling that you have too much to do or that something is too difficult to handle. Example 1. Looking at my entire to-do list made me feel overwhelmed, so I decided to focus on just one task. Example 2. Don't get overwhelmed by the size of the project. We can break it into smaller steps.
Our third workshop word is momentum. Men, tum. The force that keeps something moving or growing stronger. The feeling of making progress. Example 1. Completing those small tasks gave me the momentum I needed to tackle the bigger project. Example 2. Once you build momentum, productivity becomes much easier to maintain.
Number 4. Implementation. Im-ple-men-te-shin. The process of putting a plan or decision into action. Example 1. The implementation of the new system was smoother than we expected. Example 2. Good intentions are worthless without proper implementation.
And finally, accountability. Count, ta, bill, ti. The responsibility for your actions and their consequences. Being answerable to someone. Example 1. Having an accountability partner helped me stick to my goals. Example 2. Personal accountability is essential for overcoming procrastination.
So, English crafters, we've built quite a toolkit today. We've explored the START framework, learned about biting the bullet when we need to face difficult tasks, and discovered how environment design and temptation bundling can help us craft better habits.
The key takeaway is this. Procrastination isn't about willpower. It's about having the right strategies and systems in place. Remember, you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just like crafting a beautiful piece of furniture, building better productivity habits takes time and patience.
Now, here's our challenge for you. Think about that task you've been putting off. Which part of the START framework will you try first? Will you simplify it, time box a work session, or maybe just take that first small action? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing about your English crafting journey.
And don't forget, every small step forward is progress worth celebrating. You're not just learning English, you're crafting skills that will serve you in every area of your life.
Before we wrap up, make sure to like this episode if it was helpful, subscribe to Craft Your English for more practical episodes like this one, and ring that notification bell so you never miss new content from our workshop.
Thanks for joining us in the workshop today, English Crafters. Keep building, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next episode. That's your dose of English wisdom. Don't overdose.
We'll see you next time.